Guys, in the lead up to Avengers Doomsday at the end of this year, Marvel has just announced a new comic book called Doom Quest that has been deemed quintessential to Doom's origin story. So the release of this 10-part series on Victor Von Doom is meant to be an introduction to this character. And if you recognize the name Ryan North, that's because he's the current writer on the Fantastic Four comic series and he wrote One World Under Doom. And if you aren't excited yet, just wait till you hear this description. Because I think this description actually crosses over with some of the leaks that have been going on about the X-Men in regards to Doomsday. But first, to set the stage for my theory, this new comic book that's coming out in May called Doom Quest starts off with Reed Richards. Now let me know if this sounds familiar, because in this comic book, Reed Richards is set to have this retirement plan where he goes back through history and goes and fixes everything. So it's giving the exact same energy as in the movie of Fantastic Four when Reed Richards tried to stop all of the crime at once to make the world safe for his son Franklin. So even though Reed's goal is to go back in time optimizing history to save trillions of lives, he is the antithetical to Doom. So Doom is like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that first. But when the Fantastic Four try to intervene with Doom, because Doom is notoriously known as a villain, so they're like, you're doing villainous things, Victor Von Doom ends up in a battle of time and space. Now, chronologically, within the comic book system, this comic book series is actually gonna take place before One World Under Doom. It actually takes a little flashback in his history. Yes, we know the MCU is notorious for not taking everything from the comic books and honestly taking very little. But recently, they've taken a huge shift in the opposite direction of that, adding a lot of comic book cameos. So just maybe where this comic book leads off could be where Fantastic Four actually picks up in the movie. And when we see that huge Council of the Future Foundation and Latveria is an empty seat, he's already in that battle of time and space. But here's where it connects to the X-Men, because don't you dare forget that the same director of the Fantastic Four movie was also the director of 4 episodes of WandaVision. And the very last MCU project that we get right before Avengers Doomsday will be the finale of that trilogy, Vision Quest. So we had WandaVision, Agatha all along, which introduced witches, which is a core element, unarguable, to Victor Von Doom's origin story. His mother is a witch. You cannot. And Mephisto, oh, don't even get me started. I mean, that'd be a really hard hitter out of left field for Marvel to just be like, yeah, let's bring in the X-Men, and also we're gonna fix the mistake that Magneto's daughter should definitely be Wanda, but also how do we even make that work at this point in the MCU? But even though I am inclined to say that these leaks about Magneto destroying New Jersey probably has nothing to do with Wanda, there is still a comic book called Ultimatum where Victor Von Doom actually had a hand in manipulating the Scarlet Witch's death. So maybe they don't fix that Magneto's her father, but maybe it does have something to do with Magneto being upset with whatever Victor Von Doom manipulated. Maybe he did the no mutants sort of thing. Maybe he has something to do with the mutants and where they've been all this time and in that universe and bringing them over. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll be tuning into that comic book. I'll let you guys know. So if you want to hear an update on that, make sure you follow along for more Marvel shit. Also, Spindrift sent me a shit ton of these and I've been drinking them like nobody's business. So far, what is this? This is a peach and strawberry. This one's been my favorite and it's the last one and I'm upset about it. Also because we're not big alcohol drinkers in this house. So these are the non-alcoholic. So we had a fun little housewarming party and other people wanted to drink and they brought their own little cocktails over and they were able to add their fun liquor to this. And I was just able to drink my non-alcoholics and it was a wonderful time. This was a gift. Thank you kindly. They gifted me a lot of these, and so I just needed to say something.